Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Gerald. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to be talking to you today about overclocking our computer. And I have an i7 4790K here, and I am super excited to show you guys. I'm going to really quickly go over the method here. So what I do is I have XTU, tuning utility, Intel, and I have the CPU ID hardware monitor here. And what I'm going to look for is my CPU core voltage. And then what I'm going to look for is the value when I'm under stress, so when my computer's running maxed out as hard as it can run. I'm going to look to see where my voltage sits. So in this case I have it set to 1.22 volts for the overclock. So at 4.6 gigahertz it is running at 1.216 volts, so it's pretty darn close to hitting that 1.22 volts. I think that's a pretty good spot to have it. This here is going to kind of more or less be the important number you want to keep and memorize for when you go into BIOS and make the adjustments. So if I'm going to say push it up to 4.7 gigahertz now, I'd want to go to like 1.23 next and see if do another stress test, and if it holds steady for, I'll usually do about a half an hour to an hour for a stress test to see, and if the temperature's below, I like to say 75 degrees, don't let it run much hotter than that. Yeah, so I like to run my chip around 70 degrees, 75 kind of being like the very, very hottest I want to see a core get. But so I'll do a stress test for about an hour and see, and then if it crashes anytime in that hour, then okay, I need to push up my voltage. So if I went to 1.23 and I'm still not stable at 4.7, then I need to go 1.24 and just keep doing that, and then I need to stress test it again until it crashes or until it passes, basically. Stress it till it crashes or passes, boys. So with that being said, let's go take a look at our BIOS now, and then I'll show you kind of what we're going to set in there. So we're over here at our BIOS, and I apologize for the crappy video because I had to point a camera at my screen. So what we have here is all our options, and the two most important options are the CPU ratio and the CPU core voltage. So there's a basic mode and an advanced mode in the Z97 Gaming 5 MSI BIOS. So the one thing that I notice is there's a dynamic CPU ratio mode, and that's what it's normally set to, and then there's a static ratio mode, and I don't know if it really makes a difference, and I haven't had any issues with it set to static yet, but we'll see what happens. So another thing I forgot to mention as well is the turbo boost. You want to make sure enhanced turbo is turned off for the Intel turbo boost so that your processor isn't trying to turbo while it's overclocked. So the CPU core voltage, usually it's set to auto, and I have it set to 1.22 volts. Well, that's basically all there is to it. I don't think I missed anything. Leave a comment if there's any questions you have, and if you like that video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because there's going to be more like it, and we'll see you guys in the future.